Hey everybody, it's Chuck Roberts with IWC, and as I told you guys last week on Facebook, I wanted an opportunity to get some things off my chest, to be able to talk about what happened at the end of the championship match at Pure Talent on January the 27th. So whether you were in attendance or whether you've seen it on DVD or if you've seen the clips on IWCWrestling.com, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So I got a lot to say, so I appreciate you guys watching and I appreciate you guys listening. Before I get to Jimmy DeMarco, I want to get to a couple other people on our roster. I want to get to a guy like Jason Gorey. You know what, Jason? I got to be honest with you. I saw the promo that you cut on Aftershock, and I've never seen a promo cut like that before in IWC. And quite honestly, I'm impressed. I'm excited to see what you have in store for our company. And you want to make mention of the Super Indie title, and you want to make direct mention of Michael Facade, and you want to make claim that you're not going to wait till the Super Indie tournament to get your hands on Michael Facade. Well, guess what? You're right. I've been listening to the fans. You guys have been emailing me. You've been asking me, and you want to see it. So on Saturday night, March the 10th, at the Road to Super Indy at the Court Time Sports Center in Elizabeth, PA, you're going to get a chance to see it. Because Jason Gorey, you're going to go one-on-one with Michael Facade. And Mike, it's going to be up to you as to whether or not that's for the Super Indy title, because you've got Logan Shulo in a return match in Clearfield on March the 3rd. So should you be victorious against Shulo, you're going to defend the title against Gorey on March the 10th in Court Time Sports Center. You know, guys, I've learned a lot of things over the past couple years of being the owner of IWC. There's so many things I've learned. You know, I'm proud of a lot of the things that have taken place. I'm not so proud of some others. But bottom line is, one of the things that I have learned is there are people that get into this business, people that get into IWC, that try to use us as a catapult to the next level. And some guys do it successfully. You know, take a guy like Shima Zion. Shima Zion cuts his teeth in IWC, pays his dues in IWC. Now he wrestles around the world. Now he's got a contract with a major promotion in TNA. And he deserves all the credit in the world for doing so. And did he have to push some guys out of the way, along the way? Absolutely. That's part of competition. That's a part of wrestling. But what he did it right. You know, but Ricky Shane Page, you come into IWC a couple months ago, and how did you make your face known here in this company? Well, you interject yourself in a championship match by trying to take out the guy that you claim you so much want to be on the roster with. Of course, I'm talking about Shima. And then following your Super Indie qualifier against Aaron Draven, you want to beat him up after the bell is gone. Well, nowhere in any of those emails when you told me you wanted to be part of this roster did you make any mention at all about beating up opponents and interjecting yourself in matches. So guess what, Ricky? I was about this close of pulling the plug on your short-lived career here in IWC. Because after what I've had to put up with now from the Founding Fathers over the past year and a half, you think I'm going to put up with that from you, a newcomer? Well, just as I was about to pull that plug, Ricky, and you're so lucky that I didn't, I get a phone call from Shima Zion. Shima got back just after Pure Talent, got back from India. And the first thing he said to me was, Chuck, please don't let Ricky Shane Page go. Please don't fire him. Give me an opportunity in the ring against him. So you know what? Yeah, it makes sense. You know what? You want to start this thing in wrestling? You can finish this thing in wrestling. Because I'm going to give you guys the opportunity on Saturday night, March the 10th. You're going to be across the ring from one another. But it's not going to be one-on-one, guys. We're going to have fun with this. We're going to have ourselves a little creative match that we haven't had here in a while. We're going to have ourselves a dream partner tag team match. That's right, Ricky, you get a chance to pick your tag team partner, and Shima, you pick your tag team partner, and you guys will be in opposite corners on Saturday night, March the 10th at the Road to Super Indy. So many things I've learned. I've told you. I've made mistakes. But you know, the one thing that I've learned in life and business and in relationships is that when you screw up, you be man enough to look at that person in the eye and admit when you're wrong. And that's the type of person that I am. So right now I want to look you in the eye. And I'm talking about John McChesney, because you know what, John? I should have listened to you over the past year and a half. I should have listened to you every step of the way. When you told me that DeMarco was the cancer in this company and I didn't believe it, I was wrong. So John, I'm man enough to sit here, to take this time to look you in the eye and say I was wrong. And while, John, I can't make up for the past year and a half, that's not going to happen. It's impossible. All I can do is try to make up for it going forward. And while you can't compete for the IWC Super Indie title while it's around the waist of Jimmy DeMarco, I can give you the opportunity to reclaim the title that you helped bring to the forefront of professional wrestling. I'm talking about the Super Indie title. You've held that belt 4 times. and you're going to get your opportunity into the Super Indy tournament on Saturday night, March the 10th at the Road to Super Indy, because you're going to have yourself a qualifier against another guy that has caused a stir here in IWC. And you all know him. He's crazy, he's odd, but he is a charismatic milkshake. I'm talking about the party peacock, Dalton Castle. So McChesney and Dalton Castle one-on-one in a Super Indy qualifier at the Road to Super Indy on March the 10th. Jimmy DeMarco, I guess that leaves you. What have I learned, Jimmy? Well, I tell you one thing I learned. You don't make a lot of friends in this business. And I guess you proved that to me. You know, as I laid down in the ring and as I looked up at the lights after you flattened me with a chair, I laid there and thought about it back in 2009. I thought about a call to arms when I pinned your shoulders down 1, 2, 3. Or when I pinned Shima's shoulders down 1, 2, 3. When you won when you won the heavyweight title. I remember that look in your eye, Jimmy. I remember exactly what you said to me that night. You said, "Thanks for giving me the ball, Chuck. I'm not going to drop it." And then what'd you do for the next year? You took every fan in IWC and they followed you, Jimmy. They went everywhere that you wanted to go. They put you on their shoulders. You build attendance. You're the most popular IWC champion of all time. And that's to your credit. But then what did you do? Every single person that supported you, every person that comes out to watch our shows, and every person that pays a hard-earned dollar to come support, watch, and make this company what it is, you turned your back on every single one of them. Forget about laying me out with a chair. Yeah, it's messed up, but that's all part of the business. What you did to the fans is something I can't forgive you for. And then you want to claim that Norm Connors left wrestling because of the fans? Hey, I got to tell you, Norm might have left for a lot of reasons, but one of them isn't the fans. So guess what? I'm going to give Norm Connors the opportunity to speak with the fans directly. March the 10th at Court Time, Road to Super Indy. Norm, you've got an open invitation to show up at the Court Time and you talk to the fans. You set this record straight. And above all else, Norm, you shut up Jimmy DeMarco. And Jimmy, what have I learned too? Well, a lesson that you've taught me. And that is what drives a competitor. What drives a competitor is the ability and opportunity to be the best. So while I could put you in matches against Necro Butcher, guys like Brody Lee, who I'd love to see beat you from one end of the ring to the next, and who every fan would love to pay a ticket to see beat you from every single corner of the building and around it and in it and on it, I'm not going to do that just yet. I'm going to give somebody a golden ticket and a golden opportunity. And should he be victorious and win the Super Indy title on March the 3rd in Clearfield, he's going to get his opportunity at the heavyweight title on Saturday night, March the 10th at the Road to Super Indy. Logan Shulo, you've got the golden opportunity. You've got everything that it takes to take the Super Indy as well as the heavyweight title. In the month of March, you can have it done. Because, Jimmy, you're going to defend your title against Logan Shulo. So guess what, Logan? This is your golden opportunity and ticket to rise to the occasion. To be the Super Indy title, the heavyweight title, and then in June go on to the Super Indy tournament. That's what drives a competitor, Jimmy, because that's what you taught me. Live by the sword, die by the sword, DeMarco. That's what you're going to do. And Flexor. Just because you're too much of a fool not to read a contract, you're not going to get off of this scot-free. Because you and Jimmy DeMarco want to have a muscle worshiping session in Clearfield. Well, you guys show up to Clearfield. You have your muscle worshiping session or whatever you call it. Because I have right now an open invitation to any professional wrestler watching this, listening to this. You send me footage, you send me a resume, you tell me why you want to beat up DeMarco and Flexor, and the best two are going to get their opportunity in Clearfield. That's right, an open invitation. You guys are going to compete in a tag team match. So any professional wrestler watching this, I want to see why and how you have what it takes to beat DeMarco and Flexor. And then on March the 3rd in Clearfield, everybody in Clearfield will know exactly who your tag team opponents will be. So you come and have your muscle worshiping session, but then bring your body oil or whatever else you guys like together because you're going to wrestle that night as well. So it seems like a lot of things are happening here in 2012. The last thing I wanted to get off my chest is my commitment to everybody that's watching this. You will see the best talent, the best production, and the best entertainment in IWC, bar none. You better come out. It's going to be a big March in IWC. And if you guys see the shirt that I'm wearing, and especially you, DeMarco, I'm wearing this shirt for a reason. Why don't you take a look at this shirt? Why don't you think about what you said to our fans? And then you take a look at this and you tell me if everything that you said is what you meant. Because I tell you what, if you can look at this shirt, if you can honestly tell me by looking at this shirt and remembering everything that it stands for, and DeMarco, you know better than anybody else, then you really are sick. See you guys on March the 3rd.